What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Mark Stock Review. Hope you're having a great day so far. This is going to be an updated video on Bionano genomics. I'm going to first go over my recent positions and then very briefly go over the highlights since my last video on January 9th, and then finally any catalysts that might be coming up. Here I've listed a few of my current positions. I've been consolidating over the last couple weeks, trying to get my stocks to 10 or less. Most of the proceeds are going into IPOF and IPOD during intraday dips. First, I want to summarize very clearly the recent publication led by Dr. Ebenstein. The study found that optical genome mapping with Bionano's Saphyr system, combined with a custom labeling method, was capable of analyzing regions that work together to turn cancer genes on and off over distances of hundreds of thousands of base pairs. And specifically, this was in methylation profiles, which is basically just the chemical modification of DNA that controls gene regulation. But very importantly, this is something that only Saphyr is able to detect. The study had a large data set that allowed them to correctly distinguish between normal and tumor cells with an error rate of less than 1%. And per Dr. Ebenstein, this technology fits very well with early cancer diagnostics. And bottom line, this study is going to help with the discovery of new biomarkers and new drug targets in places of the genome where no one has looked before. Next, I'm going to go over very briefly some of the highlights from Bionano's Next Generation Cytogenomics Symposium. During the course, there was 33 presentations featuring Saphyr, 15,000 plus session registrations, and 6,400 views. So clearly this was an opportunity to showcase Saphyr to mainstream investors. I found 4 presentations that I found relevant, so I want to share them with you. Presentation number 1, I'm just going to say Dr. B presented 6 cases involving Saphyr on disorders of gender development. The 6 cases were solved with Saphyr, and some of them included structural variants that had never been reported in any genomic variant database before. Presentation number 2 was by Dr. Minyu Dong. He presented on a case where one family had 2 cases of severe brain malformations. That study showed that Saphyr found a quote-unquote tandem duplication disrupting the same LAMA1 gene inherited from the mother. And Saphyr's discovery, in addition to another variant inherited from the father, was found to cause the disease. Presentation number 3, I'm just going to say Dr. K, presented on a study with Saphyr on 85 samples. She concluded that Saphyr is 100% concordant with the combination of standard cytogenetic tools with an easier technical and analytical process. And finally, presentation number 4, Dr. Raka presented a study involving pediatric acute leukemias with Saphyr. Saphyr was able to detect clinically important structural variants that will be able to alter patient care and treatment decisions. And the biggest catalyst coming up from my point of view is not going to be the actual earnings report in March, which I believe should be around March 9th, but it's going to be the conference call by the CEO following the earnings report. And most likely, he's going to be talking about how the symposium is specifically impacting future sales and reagent rental programs. And so from my point of view, the guidance provided in the conference call following the earnings report is going to be much more relevant, especially for a company of this size. And until then, it's my opinion that the share price will likely trade in a relatively tight range. And full disclosure, I'm not a day trader or super technical, but it looks like it could be the formation of a bull flag, and then the share price may pop in March after the conference call, which will be in about 4 weeks or so. And as usual, I keep my videos informative, but as short as possible to respect your time because I do know it's valuable. So a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated if you found the video helpful, and subscribing if you haven't already. That said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll definitely be talking to you soon. Take care.